What's up, viewers, and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be driving the beautiful Porsche 911 GT2 RS around Road Atlanta. Why? Because the lap record was set by this car just a couple weeks ago at a 124.88 by a very accomplished driver, Mr. Randy Pobst. Won a bunch of championships back in the mid-2000s, driven for a lot of different manufacturers, had a pair of class wins at the 24 Hours of Daytona, and I actually saw him. He drove in the 25 Hours of Thunderhill just this last year, so that was kind of cool. I walked by him and I was like, "Hey, Mr. Super Famous Race Car Driver," and he said, "Hey, I'm making a video about everything I'm doing here at the 25, so make sure you tune in and watch it." So anyways, seemed like a really nice guy. That's about the only interaction I've ever had with him, but that was cool. So we're going to drive this car, and let's head on over to Road Atlanta and see if we can beat him. Alright, so before we dive into this, I want to show my assist. Now, everything is pretty much turned off and running in as much of a simulation mode as possible. The one difference between what I'll be doing and what Randy Pobst did is he was driving that car during that lap record in automatic. Now, I don't know if that was his decision or Porsche's decision, but I did notice that it was an automatic. Now, I did a couple test runs just to kind of feel it out, and the shift points are pretty similar, but there is one big difference, and that's turn 7. So in the video, his car downshifts into second gear through turn 7 and then shifts almost immediately back up into third gear. I'm going to leave it in third because I have control over it now, and see if that helps or hurts my lap time. So let's head on over. Let's knock out some laps and see if we can beat that minute 24.88. Alright, so the first lap, it is like as much of a simulation as possible. Tires are cold, temperatures are down, so we're going to put some heat and everything. Through this lap, I'm going to talk you through some of the reference points and landmarks I use as braking points, a little bit about gearing. So to the left side here is I get onto the brakes just before I hit that grass to the track where that meets, and then I start my turn, and the car picks up a little bit of understeer, and then as it compresses is when I get onto the throttle. There's a tower on the right I start to aim for, but before I get there I want to turn in back over to the left, just straight line, and take up as much real estate as possible through the chicane. And then as I get onto the throttle down the hill here, it's kind of a balancing act, and I keep it nice and tight to the left. That way I can straight line the essence as much as possible. As I make my way through here, I get onto the brakes right before the apex here on the right, and then back onto the throttle up the hill. The car wants to float, I just let it come right up to the edge, and then start to bring it back over to the left. At the 200 board here is when I get hard onto the brakes. The track gets a little bit bumpy. I'll go down 2 gears into third, and I'll keep it in third. This is turn 7. As I bring myself over to the apex here, I'll start to get onto the throttle and get as best of a run I can down this straightaway. This is the corner that I was talking about where you'll see the car downshift into second gear just for a second and then go right back up into third gear. So like I said, we'll see how this works. For my lap time, as I make my way down the hill here, there's a blue Michelin sign on the right. I brake just before it, hard onto the brakes through here, and then getting ready for the bus stop. Keep it nice and clean, hit my apexes, hit my marks, and then onto that throttle up the hill. Shifting up into fourth, the car gets super light. I let it track out a little wide and then bring it right back into the inside and then down the straightaway. So let's see how we do. All right, so a 124.2. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So 0.6 quicker than the lap record. That was a lot of fun. There was definitely a couple sloppy moments in there, you know, especially through the S's. But obviously it's a game compared to real life, so there's a lot of factors. Kind of avoid the lap time out, but still, it was a ton of fun. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, stick with the channel, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.